All right, it's recording. All right, yeah. So, I mean, the normal entry on this would have been about 124, I think. But I want to limit it to 100 pips. So yeah, it's 124.3. I'm gonna limit it to 100 pips because it's a lot of risk for certain people that can't handle the risk. I mean, it looks good though to me. But what does it look like to you? You look on the higher time frames.
And how does the daily chart look?
Let me take this off. So
I know, I believe on a weekly chart there might be a little resistance coming.
Yeah, the 8 hour, it's literally at resistance, so we could probably get out right below
exactly.
that.
Yeah, I know it's coming.
Oh, it's perfect. Look, we're gonna take this. It's money.
Yeah, easy.
All right, I'm gonna call it a signal. I'm gonna post it in premium for you guys if you guys are in premium. I'll be calling this trade. Let me get it real quick. Screenshot this. Close this.
Yeah, most likely I feel like UJ is going to make that big move like throughout London session.
Yeah, someone put my order in first. See trade by and a lot 100. Yeah, I should be good. Yeah, it's a real account, guys. No demo. You can see down here, forex.com. It's my account. So I'm risking 1,000 on this. So,
jeez. Hey, that's a nice trade.
That's easy money. Let me post this in the premium real quick.
That end our Friday out real nice.
Yeah, man. I don't got my job anymore, so I gotta make this real quick.
Yeah, make up for it, bro. Make that 1,500 a day, bro.
Exactly. You think we should do a 2 stop loss? I mean, 2 target profits or just 1? I mean, 2 or 3. What do you think?
To be honest, I like 3. Whenever I would risk more than like 60 or 70 pips, I like using 3 targets. Gotcha. So yeah, yeah.
Okay, no, that makes sense. So it's gonna pull back.
Yeah, you can say like TP up to like at 50 pips or something. Market's super volatile, so it's gonna hit that target pretty fast.
Yeah, no, I agree. Where's on that? Is he in here? No. Let me get this in there. What do you think TP1 should be? 25 pips?
Yeah, about 25 pips.
All right, cool.
Yeah, UJ's gonna fly. And what's the current price right now?
Price at 110.758.
But I know the next resistance is at it's at 112.
Yeah, it's pretty far off. All right, posted it on the premium.
Pretty good.
You guys got that. You guys good. All right, so I'm gonna set some alerts so you guys will know when UJ filled. You guys, it's that easy. If you're using the K2 strategy, you could call a trade, within seconds, and then you enter it. And it's just like that. That's a TP1, move, stop loss. TP2, stop loss. And then we got UJ, full TP. Now we just wait. See anything else? I didn't see any other entries. I saw this, but man, I'm not trying to take this. Okay, we got NOS 100. We got UC. Hey, Aaron, what you think about this? We got a USD CHF, 94 pips. 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 Let's see. All right, higher time frames. No resistance. No resistance. It already broke above, so that's fine. Broke above. Yeah, I think this is good to go. I'm gonna call this one too. Hey, Aaron, can you hear me?
Yeah, my bad, bro.
All right, cool. Yeah. What do you think of UC?
Yeah, that's pretty similar to UJ. I'll call that one too as a pullback.
Yeah, I'm gonna call this one right now. Big screenshot this.
And how was the daily time frame looking?
It's looking good. Same, about the same. Let's see. Whoops. Weekly. There's a daily right there. It broke above it. So I mean, if the momentum swings back up, we'll catch it right about
It's
there.
gonna
Right,
fly.
it's gonna fly. Go straight to
Yes,
TP.
sir. It's gonna fly.
Easy, easy money. All right, so I'm gonna put my trade in first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put in another standard lot. Okay. Standard lot for how many pips? 99.4. Well, I'm risking 1,000 on this trade too, guys. So I'm risking 2,000 for both these trades. So if you guys are scared to lose, a couple of bucks, couple $100, I mean, I'm risking a lot more. So,
Man.
all right, let's see. All right, let me post this up real quick. Chat. Target one. Stop loss. 99.4. T1. Send this out. There we go. So you guys got two signals for. Yeah, you got two signals available for premium. One for 100 pips, another one for nearly 100 pips. That would be real nice. So I'm missing an alert right here. See. CTP1, stop loss. C. C full TP. Cool. Got two live trades. That. Got UJ. So we got two pending trades right now. This 30 is like all over the place. Might enter this for a scalp actually. It's coming down.
Yeah, that one's gonna be nice.
Yeah, I'm thinking about scalping this. Let's see what we're trying to do.
Hey, so when you scalp the US 30, you just aim for 100 pips or 1,000 pips?
Around there, like maybe 1,500 to 2,500, depending on the market conditions, because it's been moving really fast. I mean, like every time I scalp US 30, I make at least like a little over 500. So if I do that 3 times a day, I make
instant profit with that.
exactly. I'm probably gonna wait a little bit because I like to wait till maybe like around 8 or something. Because where's this move at? And this might be a good entry. I'm like kind of scared to take it though. I might scalp it. Scalp moves right here too. Same entry.
Well, that looks nice, real nice.
It's risky though because of that support's right here. So I mean, what could happen is it could bounce off. But if I entered right here, I could have made about. See, I still would have made 1,000 pips if I just scalped 1,000 right there.
It's pretty cool.
And then that'd be a couple hundred, and then just let it ride back. Keep doing it over and over again. So you make, a couple hundred to 1,000 maybe in a couple minutes. Let's see. The 30 looks good though. Looks fine.
Yeah, I love that. It's almost profit once you enter those.
Yeah, I don't understand why this came up like this right here. I mean, because if we're doing the pullback strategy on the 15, it'd be fine to enter right here. I mean, I could probably move it up a little bit, so I could at least pull 1,200 pips. Let's see. Yeah, I'm probably gonna hold off on this for a little bit. Way too risky right now. Any other signals? I don't think I saw anything else. Yeah, GA. Doesn't fit. Right, cool. I think we got everything for now.
Yeah, not too many balance signals out right now.
We call this GU, but it's too close to support, so I probably wouldn't call it.
Let's see. Oh yeah, exactly. I wouldn't call it. Yeah, it's too close to support. It could probably activate and then bounce off, then head back to the upside.
Yeah, no, I agree. Alex said you need a certain amount. Yeah, for US 30, you're gonna need at least 1,000 in your account. It's not 1,000 you're risking, but it's more so 1,000 to survive drawdown. Well, not drawdown, but like pullback. So see right here, if it triggered, if we enter this trade and it triggered right here, you have to have enough capital to survive this little movement right here.
Exactly. Yep.
In order for it to come back down. And the thing with this is like each pip is worth like $1. So if you you need like at least 1,000, because if it pulled back right here, you'd be negative 600. And in that situation, if you had anything smaller than that, you just got automatically stopped out. Let's see, Josh. What was the 2 previous orders, Josh? You can check that in the premium if you are in the premium. We have 2 orders for UC and UJ, but if you want the exact parameters, go ahead and check in the premium if you're in there. Yeah, like if you keep coming to these every day, you'll learn them a lot quicker. Because I know it's a little confusing for a lot of people. It's confusing for myself, but I've been doing it every day, so I'm starting to understand it a lot better. Reasons. Any tips for reentry? Yeah, so for reentry, let me see if I can find an example. Hey, Aaron, do you know like a trade where it stopped out in profit, but then it kept going?
Let's see.
I'm trying to think, so I could pull up an example for them.
Euro USD from last night. It was acting up yesterday.
Can I show full analysis from scratch? Yeah, sure. Let me answer Reason's question first. What would you say, Aaron? Did you have a?
We said it was Euro USD from the one from last night.
Oh, the one that was running like crazy.
Exactly. Come on, stopping me out in profit.
Right here. Okay, here we go. So I'll do both in one. So I'll show you guys a full analysis here, and I'll also show a reason reentry tips, because this trade moved like pretty crazy that day. So let's see. So
I think it was that first sell signal too.
right here, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
All right, guys. So look, I'm gonna show you guys a full analysis for a K2 entry. Original K2. So first, you're gonna need a K2 signal present. Two, you're gonna need the K2 trend meter. Mention signal. Three, you're gonna need to make sure price is not within 10, 15 pips from K2 resistance. So the one job. No, we don't do a top-down analysis at all. I mean, all we do is we use the further time frames to determine whether support resistance is close by, but we don't do a full top-down analysis because the K2 strategy works perfectly fine, so it's not necessary. So these are the requirements. First, you're going to need a K2 signal present. As you can see here, we have a signal right here. This is a sell signal. The second requirement, you're going to need the K2 trend meter matching the signal. So as you can see down here, the K2 trend meter is red. So these are both red. That gives you the green light that there's a valid entry. And for extra confirmation, you just want to make sure that price isn't within 10 to 15 pips from the K2 support resistance indicator. So these two lines right here are the K2 support resistance indicator. And basically what it does is it automatically plots support resistance on the chart for you. So say if we were back here, you can see that the support resistance is way up here, but when price moves, it automatically adjusts according to previous data. So as you can see here, so support was right here, but you can see when price comes down and touches it, it adjusts. So this is going to be the new support, and this does it all for you. So it makes it way more easier, so you guys can understand, where price might be rejecting, and if it's too close to these parameters, then in that situation you probably wouldn't want to take it because just like it did there, it's probably going to bounce off it. And you guys can apply this to your own strategy too if you guys just base your trades off price action or certain structures. As you see there, as you can see right there, it bounced off and it's probably going to shoot up. And it did that. So you could have, if you took that trade where it bounced off the support resistance, you would have made 50 pips. Comes down, tests again. Same thing could happen again where it tests it and then bounces off. As you can see here, it broke below. Actually, it was trending downward, so I probably wouldn't have bought it. I would never buy it because I never go against the trend. So in this situation, yeah, you guys can see there it adjusted again. It adjusted to show the new support. The price is way up here. We move back up there. So that's just a quick example. I'm going to go back to the original strategy entry. So we were, I think it was this.
Hey, Andrew just asked,
what was that? What were you saying?
Yeah, Andrew just asked, do we still use the Ichimoku cloud?
No. Personally, I don't use it. I use it sometimes if I need to. It's still here. See, but since the trend meter is already telling you that it's below the cloud, it's fine. So I don't really use it anymore. I only use it for extra confirmation. You basically follow an algorithm. Yeah, this is my algorithm. I created this, so this is basically what I see in my head. But I was able to put it on a chart so you guys can see what I see. I know obviously I can't tell you my algorithm, but yeah, we're following my algorithm. I created this. Let's see, Ronald, I'm really considering signing for K2, but what I don't understand is, I mean, what's not to understand? Are we winning or are we losing? Like, I mean, if you could find something better, then do it. But one works for us, and it's been working for years now. So what I say is, don't fix something that's not broken, and
Exactly.
that's my basic answer to your question. I mean, I don't know how else to explain that. Um, I mean, there's nothing wrong with any certain type of risk reward, but if this works, why would you change it? All right, so let's go back to the strategy. So all requirements are met. K2 signal is right here. Next, the K2 trend meter has to match the signal, which they do right here. They're both red. Next, you make sure price isn't within 10 to 15 pips from support and resistance. And price is right here. Support's way down here, 100 pips away. So the way that I set up a profit loss, stop loss, and prop target, I zoom out. I go to this tool right here. And then I place it at the open of the falling candle, which is right there. All right, so there's your setup right there. This trade, risk reward is 113 pips. And then now we just let it run. So price went down, it would have triggered your order. So now we're currently in the trade. If this was a trade we took yesterday. Let me just mark the percentages because Reason was asking about re-entering. So I'll just mark this as the 50% mark. This is if you're using the K2 if you're using the K2 exit strategy. All right, so I'm just gonna label this 25%. Okay. 5% and 100%. So this is 25% profit, 50% profit, 75% profit, and 100% profit. And this will be break even down here since you guys already see what that is. As you can see here, price barely touched the 25%, so I'm probably gonna let it run. Generally, if you're using the exit strategy, once it hits 25, you move your stop loss to break even. And this kind of gives a little bit more reasoning as to why we use 101, Ronald, because we're not risking all of this. Once it hits 25%, we're moving our stop loss to break even. Now this is guaranteed profit. No, like we don't suffer any losses. And that's why we use 101, because that's just for entry of the trade, because you need to have cushion, because if price bounces around, hey Aaron, can you check those signals? Yeah, so the reason you have the stop loss out here is if price moves back. So if it pulls back, you need to be able to survive this drawdown to the profit. But we don't leave our stop loss out there. Like we make sure we manage risk properly, so we win most trades and able to maximize the profit. All right, so let's get back to it. Next candle. So the first thing we're waiting for, we're basically just waiting for price to reach 25%, because when it reaches 25%, then we'll move our stop loss. There we go. So in this situation, it broke right past 25. It made it to 50. So we would have moved our stop loss to 25%. So let me so you guys know. So our stop loss now is right here. So now we don't have there's no risk. Everything is profit from here. and price went down to about 75%. Usually, if it goes down to 75%, we would move our stop loss to 50%. So in this situation, if you did that, you would have gotten stopped out in profit 50%. So you would have made 50 pips. And this is where Reason's question comes back in, where he asks, how do we re-enter? So in this situation, we would have waited for this candle to close to see what happened next, where it came back down. If this candle closed and if price was moving around up here, what I would have done is I would have put my entry at the low of the candle body, like right here. I'd put a sell stop. So in this situation, we would have been out of the trade at 50%, and then as price came down, our sell stop would have triggered, and then we would have been back in the trade. So we would have been back in the trade, and we would have been up about 10 or 11 pips. So in this situation, let me see, is Reason still in here? Hey, Reason, do you get what I mean by that? When we put the entry back in? Okay, cool. Yeah, so in that situation, I would have re-entered. So let me go back on candle. So price would have pulled back right here. I would have put a sell stop order right here at the bottom of the body. Because usually if price pulls back down this way, it means that's going to keep going down. It's not something that you could really learn by reading or being taught by someone. You kind of just have to practice. And as you look at charts every day, you'll start to see little patterns, like how it did here. So if you put a sell stop right here, and you took the next candle, so the candle came down, you would have been right back in the order, and your entry would have been right here. So this is your new entry. I'll just change this. Oh, I'll put a new one. Entry here. And this is only if you want to be super conservative, which I should be, because that's how you become a consistently profitable trader, like how it's like how Ronald was saying, risk reward is 101. I know some people have risk reward where it's it's like 0.25 to 1, and if it pulled back, like say if your stop loss was like a quarter of where we had it, which would have been, I don't know, it'd be like 25 pips. So this is the type of, see, if you had that, you would have got stopped out. Like why would you do that? Yeah. You get stopped out and then you can't even re-enter the trade. You missed all this profit right here. Like
exactly.
People have their stop losses way too tight, and that's how they keep losing. And then if they keep taking these losses, you're making no money there. It doesn't make sense to me. So everyone learns differently. And if this is how you want to trade, that might be your trading style. But my trading style has been working for years, and I use it every day. Same exact strategy, and I'm gonna keep using it. So if you want to use it, feel free. But if it doesn't fit your trading style, then the strategy just might not be for you. But anyways, let's get back to the trade. So now we're at zero risk. We re-entered right here, and let's see how it plays out next. There we go. So if you entered right here, the percentages would just change. So as price reached 75%, you would have moved your stop loss back to here. Or actually, I think that's where we entered. So you're fine here. You just wouldn't move your stop loss. You would move it to break even. So your stop loss would be back here, and then you'd have no risk. And then you just let it run at full profit. There you go. And you would have made 113 pips in about, we held this for a long time last night.
Yeah, it was a long time.
We held it for like 9 hours. But in 9 hours, if you're trading standard lot, you would have made $1,013. And I think that's a pretty good trade-off if you guys work a normal job. I don't know how many people make that much in the day, But I'll go back and I'll just show you guys how it worked again, just so you guys know how the strategy worked normally without all these extras. I was just breaking down everything so people could understand. But here, I'll just let me go back. Original strategy right there. So We actually went back way back here. Yeah, so first of all, you just need a K2 signal present, which is right here. K2 trend meter matches the signal, which it does down here, both red. Make sure price isn't within 10 to 15 pips from the K2 SR. In order to determine where your stop loss and profit target should be, you just gotta zoom out with the short position. There's your entry. And then now, just let it hit the profit. There you go, easy money. See, if you had your risk toward too close, 25%, you got stopped out. You got stopped out right here, made no money. But if you had your stop loss when we had it, full profit. So let's see. Checking our positions actually. Aaron, did you check the 2 alerts?
Yeah, it was invalid.
I mean, it could be a pullback entry. Right?
USDC.
See, what do you think of this, Aaron?
Oh.
DJ.
I mean, I guess you can kind of call a pullback for USD SGD, but it might be a little too close to resistance.
Way too close, yeah. So it's right here. Oh no, it's not way too close, but it's not something I'd take.
Let's see.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah. CJ looks fine though, kind of. See. About 56 pips. We got out right here at the resistance. We can make about 30 pips. What do you think? And check the further charts. The resistance is the same. Oh no, it's way too close. We're gonna skip this.
Well, yes, yeah.
Yeah, it's literally all right. So we're not gonna take that. We still have 2 active trades right now. We got UC, PJ. Yeah. So if this doesn't fill within the next 2 hours, we'll just cancel it. We'll wait for the next one. I'm not sure why it's dropping so hard. I don't think there's any news right now. Is there any news, Aaron? Let me check.
I don't think so. I'll check right now.
Let's see.
Yeah, it looks like there's no news until tomorrow.
Yeah, there's no news till tomorrow, 4:30 a.m. CAD. So I'm probably not going to trade tomorrow, which is fine. Let's see. Yassine said, "Have you got any advice for 1 minute chart scalping?" Yeah. Actually, I do. The same strategy, except you. Here, I'll show you guys. So let's see. Did we have any entries yesterday, Aaron? Aside from EU, I'm gonna try to pull up an entry that we had.
It was an AUD AUD CAD. I think it was that one. Let's see.
What do you use to follow news? I personally use FOREX Factory. I'll type it right here. That's FOREX Factory. That's where I go to get all my news. It's pretty accurate, so I mean, I can't go wrong with that. Let's see this. Oh yes, I'm sorry. Let me go back to the signals yesterday. Or you know what? I could just go to any pair. I'll just go down the pair list and see what, because I know we missed a lot of entries yesterday. All right, cool. So yeah, I probably wouldn't take this one because there's news. But so this is like a scalping strategy that I usually use. It's the same K2 strategy, but I just bring it down to a smaller scale. So actually, that's fine. Yeah. So I would just mark it so you guys know where support is. So in this situation, there's a valid K2 entry here for a sell. So you would be entering, only sell positions here. And if you want to go, I mean, personally, I wouldn't go to the 1 minute chart. I don't know why you're going to the 1 minute chart. I'm assuming you're trading binary options, which Aaron's favorite. You should probably not trade those unless you want to lose all your money in a couple minutes.
Man, for real.
Yeah, personally, I used to trade binary options and actually was pretty decent at it. But I mean, you could lose your money really fast trading binary options. So personally, I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, that's the only reason you'd be trading the 1 minute. There's no reason for you to trade 1 minute. There's so much noise on the 1 minute chart that there's really no reason for you to be on this one. So let's see. So this is just going to be an example. I'll show you like one example of how this would work. So you do the K2 pullback strategy, which is it's the same strategy, except I'm just going to write it down somewhere because you guys aren't going to understand unless you watch the last trading room or you watched our other videos. So this is the second strategy that I use. This isn't the original one. This is the K2 momentum pullback strategy. And for this, the requirements are pretty much the same thing. K2 signal present. Next, the only difference is that the K2 trend meter does not match. And then lastly, it's not within 10, 15 pips of K2SR. Which, I mean, it won't really apply on the 1 minute because price doesn't really respect support resistance on the 1 minute. Like, you'd have to go on the bigger charts. So how we entered up here, you can see that this is one that it'll actually respect, which is about 25 pips away. So over here, this is where you would base the support. I wouldn't base the support on anything lower than the 15. Or you could even base it off here if you're looking at stop moves. But even for the 15, it doesn't always respect it. So, I mean, honestly, I think you should be fine regardless. Just make sure you're not close to this black line. And we already marked it. So when we're looking at the 1 minute, you guys will be able to see that. All right, cool. So for the K2 pullback strategy, first you want to make sure there's a K2 signal present, which there's one right here, and it's green, telling you that it's a buy signal. Or in this situation, it'd be a actually pinky. No, sorry guys. So pinky's asking if we can enter this. This is an example, pinky. This isn't a live trade. We're going backwards and showing you seeing how do we trade on a got it. How to trade on the 1 minute. So we already have the trade set up right here. And then we use the K2 pullback strategy. So right here, there must be a K2 signal present, which it is right here. The K2 trend meter isn't supposed to be matching the signal. So it doesn't here because the signal is telling you that it's giving you a buy signal, but the overall trend is, sorry guys, the overall trend is downwards. So it's in a heavy down. And then you just got to make sure that price isn't within 10 to 15 pips, which we checked earlier, which is down here. It's about 30 pips away. And then, so you're going to do the same thing. You're going to zoom out, set up the short position. But in this situation, your entry is going to be the lowest, like the lowest point of the signal candle, which is right here. So for this trade, you're going to be aiming for about 10 pips. And this is like micro scalping. Like literally you're only trying to catch like a quick move. So now price is above here. You're going to put a sell stop order right here. So when the momentum swings back down, your order is going to get automatically triggered, and then you'll be in the trade. And in this situation, I wouldn't really move the stop loss because there's not enough space for you to like move your stop loss and not get stopped out. Because if it pulls back, you're probably gonna get automatically stopped out, either in profit or at break even. So you let it run. There we go. It shot back down. As it shot down, it triggered your sell stop right here, and now you're in the trade. So you let it run. There you go. 10 pips. You made 10 pips in about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In about 5 minutes. So 5 minutes, you made 10 pips. If you're trading standard lot, that'd be what is that? Earn $100.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in 5 minutes, you would have made $100. So next, you can just keep doing this over and over again. So this is why I tell you guys that the KT strategy is like, it's a very powerful strategy, because you can use it for intraday trading, swing trading, scalping. I mean, whatever you want. Sky's the limit. If you guys want to make money, you can make money with our strategy. So let's see if there's another buy entry here. So it rejected off support, shot up. You're basically just waiting for a green signal. So look right here again. Same exact thing that we just did. So you make sure there's a K2 signal present. You make sure the K2 trend meter doesn't match, which it doesn't. You make sure that price isn't within 10 to 15 pips. So current price is right here. Check down here, 22 pips away. Gives you the green light to enter. So now what you'll do is you'll zoom out, enter a sell position right here at the low. Now you just wait for your order to get filled. This is for 16.7 pips. So in this situation, this is a little wider, so you can actually move your stop loss for this. If it's closer to 10 pips, I probably wouldn't move the stop loss, because you just get stopped out if it pulled back. So let's see. Let it run. So now you're in the trade. So this pull down right here, now you're actively in the trade. See, as I move down to here, if you're using the K2 exit strategy, it looks like it hit about 25%. So you probably would have moved your stop loss and profit right here. So you make at least some profit. So you eliminate all risk at this point. And watch it drop down. There you go. So like in about 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So about 15 minutes, you would have made 16.7 pips. So let's take a tally, just so you guys could understand how much profit you can make scalping with K2. So first win, number 1, we made. Aaron, do you remember how much was that? It was like 10 point something.
It was like 10 pips, yeah.
10 pips, yeah. Okay, so 10 pips. Second scalp. You made 20 pips, 16.7. So on the next move, you made 16.7 pips. And this is like within 20 minutes total. Like, don't work at all. So there we go. We got 2 wins right there, 2 scalps. Close that because profit's already hit. And then do it again.
Easy.
You see that?
That's easy money right there, bro.
Like, you guys trying to make some money, or you're not trying to make some money? Like this, the strategy is extremely easy. Anybody could use this. If you can match colors, money.
It's that easy.
I don't know what else to tell you guys. All right, this is for 16.7 pips. So we put our sell stop right here. Price is above it, so we're waiting for it to drop down in order to fill our order. It's filled right there, so we're now in the trade. Drop down to about 75%. So we would have moved our stop loss and profit. No more risk. Everything from here is profit. Let it drop down. Pull back a little bit. Drop again. Boom, there you go. Another win, guys. How many minutes? That 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5. 5 minutes, you made another. Man, crazy. I'm like, I should have taken these trades. Oh, like, where were we? I was at work. See, now I don't have a job, so I can do this all day. All right, so let's go. We got 3 scalps right there for a total of, about 40 pips in like less than an hour. All right, so let's go on to the next one. Where's Jacina? Is Jacina still in here? Hey, Jacina, are you still in the room? I just want to make sure you're understanding what I'm doing. Yeah, Alex, I'll come back to that real quick. Let's see. Jacina, are you in here? Well, if you're not, still winning. Let's go. So we're gonna wait for the next one. All right, so same exact thing again. The only problem now is that price is kind of close to the support. So I mean, I probably would have stopped at this point just to avoid risk. But if you want to see if it still worked, which I mean, I'm pretty sure. Again, we'll zoom out. We'll enter this again. We'll sell right over here. And let's see if it plays. So it's up here. We're waiting for it to fill our order. Hasn't filled yet. So it filled it. It's filled it there. Let's see what happens here. So in this situation, price rejected and hit stop loss. That's the main reason why I wouldn't have taken it, because since it was so close to the support, I was already anticipating that price was going to reject off it. And that's why I require that, price isn't within 10 to 15 pips. You guys want to make sure, that there's no sign of price rejecting at all, because if support's right here, price is probably going to reject off it and shoot up exactly like it did right here. Price rejected and it shot right up. And that's why I wouldn't have taken this trade. But I would have taken these first 3 ones because there was a lot of space there. So if you guys took these trades, see how many pips you would have gotten. So you would have gotten 10 pips plus 16.7 plus 16.7. So you would have made a total of 43.4 pips. 43.4 pips. And if you guys were taking that with a standard lot, each pip is worth 10 bucks. So let's see, 43.3 times $10, because each pip is worth 10 bucks. If you're trading a standard lot, let me just put this here so you guys understand. Trading a 1.0 standard lot. So see, you would have made pips per pip. So if you multiply that by 10, you would have made $443 in less than an hour. That's how you do scalping with K2. I mean, how many of you guys would want to make $443 in less than an hour? Like, you make more than what most people make a day, and all you have to do is scalp.
I'm looking at the pound AUD. I thought we missed a signal, but it turned out to be invalid. It was a sell signal matched the trend meter, but it was a bullish candle.
Check it.
Yeah, bro, I got nervous for a second. It dropped heavy.
Oh yeah, no, it was a negative candle. CRUC. Yeah, it hasn't filled yet. Both of our UJ and UC haven't filled yet. Let me go back to Alex's question. Yeah, Ken, if you want to sign up, you can sign up for your trial on our website, K2 Trades. Access to the K2 indicators and K2. Let's see. So Alex, you want to see what the K2 SR is real quick? Let me show you. So let's go to you guys have a pair you want to look at? The strategy works on every single pair, so I mean, it doesn't matter. which one I show you. It's going to work regardless. So if you guys want to see a specific pair, just let me know. Where do I get indicators?
Oof.
I think you only signed up for the signals. In order for you to have access to the strategy and indicators, you're gonna have to sign up to the actual. Here, let me go on the website. Yeah, so here's the website. If you guys do want to sign up to it, just go to k2trades.com. If you just want the signals, you click up here for the signals. That's signals. If you guys want strategy, there's a strategy. So if you guys want that $50 trial, you just scroll down on the website, and then there you go. They're your options. So you'll have 1 month of the K2 strategy for $50 a month, not a month, but just for the first month, and then after that, it'll go back to the normal price. But if you guys are using the strategy properly, you'll make this back in like one trade. So, I mean, it's really up to you guys if you guys want to invest in yourself to, become a profitable trader. This is the only strategy we use for our signals. So, you guys have seen our results for our signals, and I mean, if you guys want the same results for yourself, feel free to subscribe to our strategy. So let's see. Actually, I'm gonna go back to Alex's question first because I don't want to skip over him. So Alex said, can you please explain K2SR? So let me go to a sort of round pair. Here you go, see. So let me go back. Let me go back like pretty far back. I'm gonna take off. That, yeah. All right, so the K2SR indicator is basically it's a support resistance indicator. So it's an indicator that I developed. I developed the code for it, and basically what it does is it automatically plots support resistance on the chart for you. And you can change the data. So this is the indicator right here, K2SR. And you can go back as far as you want in history, depending on the data. So right now I just have it set at 100, which is fine. It goes back 100 candles, and it'll show you what's the strongest support resistance. 100 candles back, but I mean, you could make it 1,000 candles. See, if you go back 1,000 candles, it's still the same. The data is still the same. 10,000 candles. Now it changes because you go back 10,000 candles, like 10,000 30-minute candles, and that goes, I don't even know how far back it goes, but that's like way too much data. If you do that, you're not going to get any plots because the data is like way too far off. So what I usually do is I just leave it. Yeah, see, it's way too far, too many candles in history. I just go to 100. 100 is fine because you're only trying to trade, what's current. The data that far back doesn't really matter. If you wanted to go farther back, you could go to, the 1 hour. Works exactly the same. It goes back 100 candles back from the 1 hour. If you want to do the daily, it'll go back 100 days. So this is the strongest support resistance 100 days back. And the thing with this is that it automatically adjusts. So, I mean, if you like to trade from different, structures, this would be perfect for you because you'll know exactly where price is going to bounce off from. So let me show you guys an example. I'm just going to put these lines here so you guys see where the support and resistance is currently. Because the thing is, when price moves and it gets too close, or if it breaks it, it's going to adjust and it's going to give you the most recent support that's strongest. So it's in the middle right now. Let me see what it's in an uptrend right now in the K2 trend meter. So as you can see here, it moved. So resistance was up here, but as price moves down, it'll adjust to the closest resistance from that specific price point. So price is way down here, and as you can see, resistance adjusted. So this is the new resistance, and this is what you're going to be looking for because this resistance is kind of irrelevant now because price is way down here. You don't want to pay attention to this up here because this is this isn't going to be relevant to the decisions you're making in this area. Price is coming down. So right here, it's blue down here, so it doesn't really show that there's a a strong trend. As you can see here, it was green. It was trending up really strong, and then as it came down, it started to turn blue because it's not in a strong uptrend anymore. So I wouldn't be biasing my trades in a certain direction. You can see right here that price kind of adjusted. So right here, price tested. It looks like it's tested before in the past, and this is the new support area. But if price breaks below it, so I'm going to move this up here, or actually I'll just leave that there so you guys can see how it moves. So this support is right here, and if price touches it, then it's going to adjust. Price touched it and it just went back to the old support. So if you guys understand what I'm saying here, it basically just gives you the closest support. So this support is irrelevant now because price is below it, and that's why they just old support. And it just keeps adjusting. As you can see there, it adjusted again. Price tested it. If you're taking buys, this might be a good area for you to buy. There's no overall trend right now, so I wouldn't even take this trade because I only take trades when price is trending. But if you're looking for a buy and you think it's going to correct back to the overall trend, you would put, you could put like a buy order right here, like a buy limit. Price broke and rejected. I mean, this is a good price action pattern right here that shows that price rejected off support. If the next candle is strong bullish, it might shoot up. So let's see what happens here. Bearish. So I wouldn't have taken that buy. There we go. So there we go. Tested, rejected, tested, rejected, and then this is a strong bullish candle. So odds are this might shoot upwards. And that's exactly what happened. So if you guys bought from this area where the K2SR was, you could have made 80 pips. Easy. And that's what the K2SR indicator does. It just adjusts for you. So if you let it run, you can see it moves. See? It'll give you the new support resistance wherever price is at. And it makes it a lot easier for you because then you don't have to go and plot support and resistance everywhere. You just let it do it for you because it's so accurate. It goes back in data. Like, you're not smarter than a computer, so I would just go with what the computer's giving you.
Exactly.
Like, there's so many people that put support resistance in certain areas, and then you look at it and you're like, why do they put support resistance there? That's not where support and resistance is. So I let the computer do it because the computer plots out data and it does everything for you. So you can't be wrong. I mean, yeah, the computer will be wrong, every once in a while, but if I had to put my money on something, it'd be on the computer and it wouldn't be on me, because people put support resistance in like some random places, and I'm like, man, what did you see there? This doesn't make sense. You can even go back from right here. Let's watch it. Go back super far. So if you go back to January, and then you just want to see support resistance adjust, you can do that too. So let's check it out. You literally could just let it run and watch it adjust for you. You don't even have to pay attention to it. It adjusts. And if you like to trade structures, I mean, this is like gold to you because it tells you exactly what price is going to reject from. You don't have to do anything. A lot of people waste so much time plotting support resistance, and they don't even plot them in the right places. You can see here, it's pretty accurate. You can literally trade just rejections. If you're doing supply and demand, this is like gold to you. And this does it real time too. All right, so let me go back to the questions. What else do we have here? Do I get the indicators? I think you signed up for the signals. I don't think you signed up for the for the indicators, but I'll talk to you later on Telegram. I'll let you use them because I know you did 1 month. So, you know, what exactly is support resistance? Wait, which Alex is this? Nava? Because then it'll make sense where these questions are coming from. Okay, Nava, is that you asking these questions? Okay, let me just answer his question real quick because we're already talking about this. So, you know, so if you're support resistance, if you're doing it manually, what it does, it'll plot it. Like what you're trying to do is you're trying to plot areas where, you know, price is tested more than once. So let me take off the indicator. So if you want to plot it yourself, you can, like, honestly, like it's really subjective, and not everyone's going to have the same points. But what you're looking for when you're plotting support resistance, you're looking for areas where price is tested twice or more than twice. So I usually go top down, and you can see here that price is tested right here, but also tested right here, and it couldn't break. So this could be considered a resistance. This could be considered a resistance, but as price moves, it could be another area. So you can see right here, price tested on these 2 points. So price came up, tested it, came down, tested it. So you might have moved it a little bit up. Price tested it, came down, tested it, came down. So in this situation, if you were looking at the chart from back here, and you saw it test again right here, as price came up again right here to the same exact point, you would have made a prediction that price is probably going to come down again, which it did, because this shows that it's a strong area where price can't break. It's the same with support. You want to go top down. Nothing's tested here, so you don't want to put anything there. You can see that price tested here twice. So this might be a support. If it tests a third time, then it'd be stronger. But price broke here, corrected, broke, corrected. But it's not really a rejection, aside from right here. So this might be a support. It really depends. It depends on who's looking at it, because everyone looks at things differently. This is probably a stronger support because it looks like it tested 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you would have marked this one right here that it tested, came back down and tested a second time, came back down and tested a third time. So if it was going to come and test it again, you might have thought that it would bounce, but it didn't right here. So I mean, it's really subjective, and that's why I don't like to plot it myself. I just let the computer plot it for me. Alex, does that answer your question? Is he still in here? Yeah, he's still here. Yeah, Alex, I'm gonna unmute you if you have anything to say. Actually, I can't unmute you. You muted yourself. All right. So I'm gonna keep moving on. Hey Mo, you can't hear anything? Let me unmute everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
You guys can hear me? All right, cool. So everyone can hear me. Mo, your volume's probably down.
Yeah.
So you're up to date.
Never mind. Go ahead.
And good.
You up?
Wait, which Alex? Okay, Alex. Let me. I'm gonna unmute you, Aaron. Very cool.
I think you're probably getting them mixed up. There's an Alex and there's an Alec, ALEC.
Yeah, I see Alec. I think he's still. He's still. Oh, Alex, and yeah. So Alex, are you subscribing to Premium? Alex, you're gonna need to subscribe to the strategy if you want access to the indicators. Let's see. What other questions do I got here? Oh, cool. This one. I think we were up here. All right, look at Pitboy, look at silver, please, and the 200. I should hit. Aaron, are you still watching active trades?
Yeah, I'm still watching them. USD is dropping right now.
The ball's dropping.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, that was a little crazy drop.
Did you check the EJ and CJ? Let me see.
You said CJ, like, was it CAD?
Yeah.
Or, let's see. Yeah, that one's invalid.
The ball's invalid?
Let's see.
Yeah, they both are.
Euro, UD.
All right, so look at silver. The silver ZAG USD. Got some silver right now. If you use the K2 strategy for silver, you made a lot of money. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it works for all assets. So if you're using the original strategy, I mean, you can even go back and test it. Right here. Little wait for a K2 signal. Right there.
That would have been nice.
You know, that would have been crazy. So you would have entered right there for about 209 pips. And then there you go. You would have
Nice
made,
brick and retest using a K2 SR.
oh yeah, easy. So
Easy.
since it was trending downwards, you could have even just entered up here because you would have saw the rejection. You would have saw this bearish candle, and then you could have just entered a sell up here and caught extra pips. So you would have made 209 pips on that trade. I mean, this is another entry right here, crazy entry. So right here, you could have zoomed out, entered a sell right there for 230 pips, and made that back in like 30 minutes, under 30 minutes. And then you could have did it again right here. I mean, man, this is easy money, guys. I need to start trading silver. Zoom out, hit your sell right there. This is for 416 pips. Damn, I made a ton of money off this. That's crazy. 209 pips, 230 pips. Let's do the math. 200 plus 209 pips plus 230 pips. I mean, I don't know what the valuation is. Hey, Aaron, valuation for this is a little higher, right? 416
Hold on 1 second.
pips. So in total, 209 plus 230 plus.
That's gold, right?
855. So total 855 pips. If you're trading a standard lot, so 855 pips times 1.0. Just do $10 because that's $10 per pip if you're trading standard lot. You would have made, and you would have made a lot of money. $8,050. in just 3 trades. So you made those pips, total pips 855 pips. If you're trading standard lot size 1.0, 855 pips times $10 per pip. You made 8,550 in how long did this take? Basically a day, less than a day. Oh yeah, 24 hours. So in one day you would have made $8,550.
And the market is on fire right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. I should trade silver. Thanks for that tip. I might be trading silver now. So let's go back to the current chart. I think you wanted us to look at the current chart, so you said to look at silver. Yeah, look at silver, please. So, if you're just trading, structure, then you would have. If you saw this rejection right here, honestly, I would have entered right here. Like I only trade KT strategy, but the thing is, I still know how to read charts. So that in this situation, let me go back to replay. So right here, you guys knew that that this would be the support area. So it's already tested it, 1, kind of 2, 3 times. So this gives strong indication that this is a strong support area. And you can see right here that if you're trading price action, you would have seen that price tested again, and it nearly tested it right here. So if the next candle was bullish, which it was sort of bullish here, but if you had extra confirmation for another bullish candle, like right here, this is a really strong bullish candle. I would have anticipated that it would have shot up. But I don't trade price action, so don't quote me on this, but this is how I would have seen it because it rejected 3 times and then it was a strong bullish candle. Even though the trend is down, a lot of people don't really follow that anyways. Because if you're trading price action, you would have done trend lines. So let's see, came down, came up. So this would be the area right here, or something like that. It'd be around this area, the parallel. If it broke above it and it was strong bearish, this would be a good entry right here. And that's where it currently is. But personally, I don't trade that, so I wouldn't have advised to take that. But if you did, you guys would have been able to see that. But yeah, for gold, it looks like the trend is neutral right now. So literally, it could go either way. If you keep going up, or looks like it's going to here. So it looks like this resistance might get moved down to here. There's a lot of wicks in this area. So that might be the high. It might come back down, correct to the overall trend, and break right through. And there's heavy news right here too. So, I'm sure this would affect it heavily. Right, so that's gold. We'll look at AUS Australian index. The thing with indexes is, I wouldn't buy any indexes because they just keep crashing. So in this situation, I would have, like if price tested right here and gave a bearish, let me go back and see if we get this. Signal load, okay, yeah. So if price came up and tested resistance, which you did right here. So, and this is like one price action strategy that I usually apply sometimes if I'm trading on the larger time frames. As you can see, price rejected here. If I saw another bearish candle, like this is a strong bearish candle, I would have entered a sell on the open of the following candle right here. And then I would have went down full profit. You would have made, that's a lot. You would have made 1,200 pips in about 3 hours. Or if you wanted to use the K2 strategy, you still would have won because you would have entered right here, red and red, profit, red and red, profit. Well, yeah, currently, let's look at what it looks like right now. Looks like it tested the K2SR right here. It's bearish, came back up, tested, bearish. Looks like it's coming back down. It looks like it might correct to the overall trend. So what might happen is it might come down like right here, the test, confirm, and then once it confirms, then, come down and test the support. Like it's done here. You guys can see here that it's happened before. So as you can see, price broke below. So it broke below, corrected, broke below, tested. They gave confirmation right here, strong bearish candles. So if that happened right there, I probably would have entered right here. But then as price moved into profit, I would have used the K2 exit strategy. You can see here, so your order would have filled right here. As it moved down to 25%, somewhere around here, or 50%, you would have moved your stop loss to break even or like in profit. And then as it moved down to 75%, you would have moved your stop loss to 50%. And as it pulled back right here, you would have just got out 50% profit. 50% profit's about 500 pips, which is not bad. And if you're trading indices, it's worth a lot more. So, I mean, if you're grabbing like a couple hundred pips with indices, that's fine. I would just get out. I wouldn't really hold long term because you're not really familiar with what's going to happen next. Let's see. Let me see. Did someone else? It's between premium and regular price. Hey Javier, so for premium, that's just people paying for either the signals where I post every trade I take. If you want to copy my trades and trade exactly what I'm trading, you can subscribe to just the signals, and that'll be $50 a month. Let me see if I can just pull this up. Yeah, here we go. So if you want the signals only. Yeah, so if you want the signals only, it'll be $50 a month. This is where I post every trade I take. So if you guys want to just, if you guys don't want to learn how to trade, you just want to copy what I'm doing, this might be your best option. If you want to learn the strategy, so you can do everything on your own, like I'm showing you guys on the screen, you can subscribe to the strategy right here. We do have a deal going on. It's a $50 trial for the first month. It's $50 for the first month, and then after that's over, it goes back to the normal price, which is $150 a month. But if you looked at all of the examples that we showed you guys, you make this back in like one trade. So I mean, this is kind of cheap. A lot of people have been telling me that it's time for me to raise the prices, which we probably will. I think prices will be raised by the end of the month, because even for the signals, it's only $50. If you copy the trades that we take, you make that back in one trade, and then everything else after that is straight profit. So I mean, this is like dirt cheap. So this price is definitely going to go up probably by the end of the month. The strategy, I want to make it available for everyone. So I might keep it at this price for time being. Everyone who's currently subscribing, you're going to lock in that price. But if you cancel, you're going to have to pay the new price. So I mean, it's really up to you guys. If you guys want to invest in yourself, learn something that will make you like an endless amount of money. And I mean, it's a great skill to have. Like, if you know how to do this, you can teach anyone how to do this. You can teach your mom, your brother, your sister, your grandpa, your grandma, anybody. And like right now, when everyone's struggling, with work, making money, this might be your exit. All right, let's see. For the regular price, it's free. I mean, if you want to just join the community, the free chat, the free K2 alerts, you can do that for free. You just won't be able to get, you won't be getting my trades directly real time. Like we'll share trades in the free chat, but they're not going to be real time, obviously, because people in the premium are paying a premium to have that luxury. Let's see, go back to the next question. Stop loss and TP automatically input by strategy. No, I'm all like, so let me show you. Let me go back to like a better example. Like, indices are hard to work with because they move differently. But let's go back to a trade that we took yesterday. So we took this year USD yesterday. So we took this year USD yesterday, like right here. Oh, no, we took it right here. So right here is a valid sell entry. Yeah, okay, so right here is a valid sell entry. The way that you're asking how to put the stop loss in TP, technically it is automatic if you do it this way. All you do is you zoom out, and then you click the short position tool, and then you just click on it. And there you go, it's automatic. So technically it is automatic. I mean, if you want to do it manually, you can. But I just let TradingView do it for me because they're pretty accurate with their previous swings and whatnot. So that's pretty much how you set up the stop loss and the TP. Oh, sorry, okay. Yeah, sorry. Was I saying gold? Yeah, I meant silver. Angelo, hey Angelo, yeah, thanks man, appreciate it. So on smaller TPs, say 50 pips, what are your thoughts on 3666? That's the strategy. Yeah, no, that's perfect. I mean, it's really subjective. It's up to you, however you want to do it. I personally just do 25, 50, 75, because it's just easier to calculate and gauge. I mean, most of the time, I don't even use the exact percentage. Like generally, if I was to enter this trade right here, like I'm not going to go and do the math. It takes too much time to do the math. So what I do is I just plot them on the chart. So here this is 100% profit. So I'll put it at 50%. That's probably not exactly 50%. 25%, 75%, and 100 for full profit. But obviously these aren't exactly. They're not the exact points because regardless it's going to bounce around. And I mean, as long as you have a good understanding of where the 25%, 50%, 75%, 100% is, I mean, you can gauge it yourself. You can even move it a little bit. If you think it's too close, then move it a little lower. Maybe move it to 30, like you said, 33%, 66%, move down a little more, 77% or 100%, like you said. Yeah, it's really up to you. This is just a flat line, bird's eye view of how you should be doing it. But the exact numbers aren't super necessary. See you later, Andrew. E200. How we mark any reason? So what do you mean by that? How to mark up a chart like that? Were you talking about AU or were you talking about silver? If you want me to mark up another chart, I could. It's just give me a pair or anything that you want to see. Yeah, if anyone else has any other questions, feel free to throw them out and then I can answer them for you. Like it can be about K2, it could be about any trading. UJ, all right, cool. We're in UJ right now. Like for the news. Oh, like how do I set up the news down here? You go to settings. So you go to settings. You go right here to where is it? Oh, you go to events. Yes, you go to events, and then you just check these off right here. So if you want economic events, which is this is basically forex events because economics are world currencies. So you just check that, and then it'll pop up. If you just want future events, you can do that. If you want all of them, you can leave them all on there. You can even put breaks on there, so it'll tell you and warn you when news is coming up. But I just leave them all on there because I like to know. I like to know and see, what happened. Because sometimes I like to just go through the chart, and then I'm like, man, why did this move like crazy like that? And then you'll see, okay, there was news during that time. Even right here, you're like, oh, it jumped out. It jumped up and just kept shooting up. So if you look at that, you're like, dang, there's all these news things that came out. Let's see, Mo. So for money management, I think you said 10. Let's see, my account 7,000. My lot size would be. Yeah. So for proper risk management, you're gonna want to risk. I'm just gonna type it up here so that everyone can see. So you're gonna want to do a 1.01 lot size per $100, and that equal 1% risk. So per 0.10 lot size per 1,000, it's still going to be 1% risk. 1.0 lot size per 10,000, it's still going to be 1% risk. So yeah, quick answer your question. Quick answer your question. So yeah, if your money was 7,000, you just have a 0.7. That's a 1% risk. So this is like pretty conservative. If you trade like this, you could lose a ton of trades. Like you could lose like 50 trades and you still won't lose because you're just going to be losing 1% per trade. But if you want to be a little riskier, generally what I recommend if you're trying to have consistent growth, then 3%. But proper risk management is going to be between 1% and 3% per risk. And the cool thing with so I know a lot of you guys use MT4. You guys have to like input your percentage and stuff like that. But if you're using forex.com, like I use forex.com for all of my forex trading. How does it go? Let's see, I don't know how this is about it, but Aaron, do you know how to move this thing? Let me get it out of here.
Hold on one second.
It was on my other screen. So I have two screens.
You said what?
Like this was hold on. Okay, cool. So I lost my train of thought. Oh, okay, yeah. So I was talking about when you guys enter a trade. So if you guys enter a trade on forex.com, you just like say you want to enter a buy entry right here. If you want to enter a buy entry, you can easily just calculate your risk right here. So you'll put in your stop loss, take profit for 100 pips, and then you just calculate your risk. You want 3%, automatically put your position size. So this would be like a 0.33. If you wanted to risk 1%, it'd be a 0.11. But the thing is, when you're using MT4, you have to put in the actual numbers, which is, I mean, it's a little bit of a hassle. And that's why I don't really like using that platform, right, Nathan? So if I have 1K account trade, stop loss is 10 pips. Now, so that's different because here, let me it's gonna be easier if we just use a calculator. So let's see, baby pips. this out.
Yeah, I think Nathan's right.
Yeah, no, he's right. I think he's right. I just want to make sure, because my math sucks. So if you're using a thousand, and what's the current price for you guys right now? Yeah, let's see. It's 1.0726. Position size. So if you're taking 10,000 position size. Yeah, is this the tool for that? Oh, position size calculator. Yeah, so if your account balance was 1,000, and you're taking 1% risk, stop loss was 100. Yeah, so if your account size was 1,000, I mean, you guys can check out this too if you want to look for yourself. It's on Baby Pitch. You just go to Tools, click Position Size Calculator. You just put in your account balance, and yeah, if you're risking 100 pips with a mini lot, then you'd be risking, yeah, it'd be 10%. Sorry guys, my math sucks, so I'm pretty sure you're right about that. But if the stop loss was 100 pips, I'm losing. Yeah, exactly. So the problem with that is that your account size just isn't big enough. So instead of doing a micro lot, you probably have to do like a nano lot. I know on some brokers they let you go lower than a 0.01, like a 0.001 or something like that, and then you'll only be risking like pennies. So that's like the big difference. So technically, if you're going to be taking a stop loss, like a profit target and stop loss that wide, and you only have 1,000 in your account, then yeah, you're going to be over leveraging 10%. But yeah, Ronald's right. So you just have to adjust your lot size according to the pips. But I mean, yeah, it's a case by case analysis. Like not everyone's going to have the same account size and the same everything. So risk percentage is always going to be different. If that's the situation, then yeah, you probably shouldn't be using the full 100 pip stop loss, and then less than that. But the problem is the stop loss is placed there for a reason. So if that's the case, then you might just have to either take a smaller position size or just add more money to your account, because if you're risking 10% per trade, I mean, you can blow your account in 10 trades, or maybe a little more if you're doing it per trade. But if you're risking that much every time, it's like a huge risk, and I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend anything higher than a 5% risk per trade. So I'm just gonna put it here, 5%. Max risk. So like 1% risk equals conservative 3%.
Okay.
5%. Well, I mean, that's the way you can see it as. I would never go above 5%, because when you're doing that, you're super over leveraging. I mean, 5% is already kind of over leveraging, but if you go past 5%, I mean, you can blow your account pretty quickly. And if you're using an offshore broker that gives you like crazy leverage, then I mean, they'll let you run your account until it goes to zero, to be honest. And then that's why I don't use them for Forex. All right, you guys have any other questions? Yeah, if not, I'm just going to keep looking for trades. Doesn't look like there's anything available right now. So we have an 18 count. Let's see, honestly, I don't know. Got an $18,000 account. If you have an $18,000 account, you do one lot size per TP. No, because the thing is, I don't put in 3 separate trades. I only put in 1 trade. So in that situation, if you just wanted to risk one, so how far would the stop loss be? Would it be 100? Would it be 50? I mean, it's going to vary by case. So 100, okay, so 100. Your max lot size would be 0.08, I mean 0.18. Like you wouldn't even use a standard lot size because if you're doing 1% risk, well, say if you wanted to do 3, I mean, technically you could put 3 of those if you wanted to, but it wouldn't be a standard lot. It would be 0.18. But then in that situation, you'll be risking 3%. But when I enter trades, I don't put 3 separate trades. I only put 1 trade, and then I manage it. So I would be no, because it'd be 18. So it's technically it's a 0.18, not 0.8 or 0. Because if you're taking 3 positions, then it would be a point. It's not even a full number because 8 times 8 divided by 2. You'd be taking a 2.6 or 2.7 per trade. But I don't recommend taking 3 positions like that if you're just over leveraging. Yeah. I mean, it gets a little confusing if you're putting in multiple trades. Like I don't recommend taking multiple trades at once. Like, let me just show an example from yesterday, the EU trade. Right, so for the EU trade yesterday, I'll play it back to what we entered, which was right here. So if we entered right here, so generally our TP would be, so this would be TP3. TP2 is usually like a third of the way, and TP1 would be somewhere around there. I mean, I usually don't put 3 CPs. I know Aaron does sometimes, but for me, I usually just put 2. So like, yeah, in, the situation right here, say if we enter with a, let's see. One point lot size, which is 1,000 position size. So right here, we'll just mark this as CP1, just for demonstration purposes. CP1. So this is the way that I do it. I just put in 1 full position, and then I sell off portions of it. So we're starting off with one lot size. This price moves down and triggers. Right, so right here it triggered TP1. So right here I would sell off. So once we hit TP1, I would have sold off half. Now I'm left with 0.5, and then I move stop loss to in profit. So in this situation, I already made half my profit. So how many pips is that? It's 29. So you would have made the full position would be 290 divided by 2. I would have taken 145 profit off that trade. So now I'm already in profit 145. I move my stop loss in profit. So in this situation, if it swings back, then you make a little bit of profit on top of your 145, which is fine. I mean, win's a win. So wait for it to hit position 2. It broke right past position 2. So down here, so half, 0.50. 0.25. So I would have sold off half right here, and my stop loss is still at break even. So regardless, if you said it was 29 before, divided by 2. So 145, divide that by 2 again. So you got that 172. Once you have 72.50 plus 145. So now you're in profit $217.50 from selling off half of it here and then half of it here. So now you just want it to go to full profit. So you let it run, and it hits full profit. So I think let's see, where were we? So 290 divided by 2, 145. So we have 2 of these because we sold half of it here and we sold the rest of it here. So that times 2 plus 145, we would have made 290 right there. I mean, you would have made more if you, I mean, it is kind of counterintuitive if you just sell it off at TP1. But the thing is, you could make re-entries around here. So as it pulled back, I don't know if you were here earlier, Igor, but I was teaching reasons how to re-enter trades. So in the situation, you could have entered here, sold off, or moved your stop loss and profit, and then re-entered right here, and then caught another move down. As it pulled back, it would have stopped you out again right here, and then ride the full move down. And there's a lot of ways to apply it. The only reason that I have this exit strategy set up is because it's easy to follow, and a lot of people get confused with different exit strategies. There's a ton of exit strategies that you can use, but I mean it's case by case basis. Like some people don't want to watch the trade, so they just let it run full profit. But if you're applying this, then you just keep stacking your profits, and then you eliminate all of your risk because your stop loss is moved in profit. So I mean, yeah, this is the way that I apply it, but you guys don't have to apply it this way. It's just really on preference. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, no, you're right. You don't win as much money when you do 3 positions. You're better off just using one big position and then sliding your stop loss instead of selling half and half as it moves down. All right, Mo, bro, how do you set up your alerts on? I don't have a daily routine. I just wait for signals to come in, and when they come in, then I take the trade. I don't really spend much time on the charts at all. Yeah, I don't know if you knew what I was doing previously. I was an attorney, so I was working, 10, 12 hours a day. I didn't have time to stare at the charts all day, so I just set up alerts. So if I get an alert, I'll take it. So literally, if I get an alert, I'll just click on it, and I'm like, okay, does it match? So let's go down the list. So right here, we got an alert. It doesn't match, so I would have ignored it. We got another alert. Didn't match. Ignored it. I mean, you literally just go down the list. But I don't really chart like other people. Like I know some people will be on the charts like all morning setting stuff up. Um, I just don't do it. I don't chart that way. Like, see, if I get a signal here, like all of these signals, I would have gotten an alert for it. So for your USD, if I got a sell signal and it matched red and red, I would have entered this trade, made some profit. Same thing right here. If I had a sell signal, I would have just clicked on, I mean, I don't even know where it came up from, but if I did get a signal, I would have just clicked on it. I'm just gonna click the random signal to see if there's anything here. See if we got a green and green, I would have just bought. It's a case by case analysis. I don't really plan anything out. See, is there any other questions? Oh, so how do I set up alerts? $100. So just to set up an alert, depending on what pair you're looking for, so I'm gonna go to random pair, AJ. So I would just hit alert up here. I click on the condition to K2, the K2 trading strategy indicator. You have the option to pick whether you want to buy signal, sell signal, or just any signal. I just put any signal because I want to know if there's a signal fired. I'm not focusing on just one. And then I usually have it to set to once per bar close, because if you have it once per bar, you're gonna keep getting signals. But if you only do once per bar close, it's gonna give you a signal when it's valid. So if this closes and the signal is still intact, then you'll get a notification, and then you can set up however long you want your alert to be going on for, depending if you want it to show up on your app, if you want it to pop up, if you want it as an email, webhook, specific ringtone, from email to text. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do, and then you could just name it whatever you want. So I would probably name this, odd JPY 30-minute K2 signal, and then I could create it. And then whenever a signal comes up, then I'll get an alert. And that's how I set up my chart. So it's pretty simple. How do you get the K2 strategy on TradingView? You have to subscribe to the K2 strategy. So once you subscribe to so once you subscribe, once you subscribe to one of these, you'll have access to the strategy. So I'll show you guys the course so you guys can see. Right. Yeah, so if you guys are subscribing to the strategy, this is what the course looks like. And we have the welcome page, have where the Telegram groups are. I show you guys how to get a free trial of TradingView for 30 days. All this extra stuff, and then how to receive access to the K2 system indicator. So this is how you'll get access. It basically tells you what to do in order to get access. And then once you have access, you can start looking at all the videos. So we have a ton of videos here. You guys can learn pretty much everything. So there's a video here telling you, what you need to start trading. It'll basically just tell you that you need specific things, like you need a trading account, you need an account with TradingView, stuff like that. Next, how to set up TradingView for K2. So in this video, it'll basically explain the pivot point, it'll explain since we know how to set things up. Basically how to make your chart look like mine. And then I have a video here explaining, how to create alerts, which I just showed you guys. Then this has, this has the original strategy. And then this is version 2 of the strategy. This is, so the first strategy, we didn't have all the indicators. We just had one indicator. It was a K2 indicator. But as I created new indicators to make things easier for everyone, I added new things to it. So for version 2, then I created the K2 trend meter. So before, this is what the strategy looked like. It was just that. And then you'd have to use the cloud, which, it's not super hard, but it's a little difficult because then you're going to have 4 charts to be able to determine what the overall trend was. This is version 1 of the strategy. People told me what they had problems with, and then I created version 2. On version 2, I added the trend meter down here. So now you can see what the overall trend is without having 4 charts open. You can do everything on one chart. If you just look at the trend meter, it tells you exactly where the trend's moving. So in this situation, you'd only take sell entries. So if you see here, there's a sell signal, and the trend is overall down. You enter a sell, and you make a ton of money right here. So if you enter this trade, you make 147 pips. So 147.4 pips. If you took that with a standard lot, you'd make $1,474. So that's a winner right there. Again, right here, you get a sell signal, you match it with the K2 trend meter, make another $1,000. Like easy. It's like clockwork. It's like you do the same exact thing every time. Again, right here, enter another $1,000. Like, come on, how much easier can that make it for you guys? No. Right here, you wouldn't have taken this trade because the thing is, it's a green candle. So we explain that in the videos as well. Right here, you got another sell signal that matches the trend meter. You would have made 159.3 pips. You would have made $1,592 if you're trading standard lot. Easy. I mean, you guys could do this all day. Like literally, the profits don't stop. Another 1,593 right there. I mean, if you can match colors, you can make money. Like, all you do is match red and red, green and green. Like, I don't know how much easier to make it for you guys. Again, right here, 181 pips, 181.7 pips. You made $1,817 on that trade. I mean, literally, you could have just traded 8 odd JPY since March, or I mean, we're still in March. This is only March 5th. You'd have made 1,000, 3,000, 6,000. What's this? 7,000. Dude, like literally, if this is all you traded for the month of March, you could have made a ton of money. Like, this is only from the 5th, so it's been what, like 14 days. So in 14 days, you would have made. I mean, I'll even do the math for you guys because I'm a little shocked too. I'm like, I should have taken these trades, but I was busy working. But now that I don't work my normal job anymore, pretty much good. So that's 14,000. I mean, 1,400. 147. 7. Let's see. It's another 147. Shit. That's a 1,400. I mean, there's like 3 of them, so that's like times 3. Times what? 159. So we'll just round it up. So maybe 3 plus 6,000. 161. So that's 1,600 right there. 1800. Over here, 1800. So if you traded odd JPY and only took sell signals since the 5th, you would have made well over 11,000. Easy. Just trading one pair. You're not even trading other pairs. Like you literally just wait for the signal to come. If it matches, then take it. If it doesn't match, then skip it. And I follow a lot of pairs, so this strategy works on every pair. So I mean, you know, sky's the limit. If you guys want to make money, there's money to be made. Okay, let's see. How do you get it? All right, hi man, let's see. I've been having issues doing my K2 exit strategy. Can't successfully move stop loss or adjust in the trade. It says I can't complete order. Am I doing it? Yeah, I think you either your spread might be too close, because I know you have a normal account. Your spread might be too close, or you might be putting in the wrong number. Usually it's probably the spread's too close, and you have to be outside the spread. So depending on your spread, like me, I have a 2.5 spread, and you guys probably have double, because I'm trading like a special account. I have a DMA account, which is a direct market access account, and you know my spreads are crazy tight. So that's probably the issue that you're running into. You might have to let it push down a little farther before you can adjust your stop loss. So you probably can't adjust the stop loss if it's too close. But I think that's probably the issue there. All right, Mo, when you're on the go and get a signal, matching like to enter the trade, or okay, cool. Yeah. So matching as in, see how it's red and red? Then you enter a sell signal. You enter a sell position right there. Let me show you. So yeah, if it's red and red, enter a sell. Red and red, enter a sell. Red and red. Like if these are both red, then you enter a sell. Show you some buys. So, yeah, like that. I'm trying to think which pair is going up. UCAP is going up. Yeah, there we go. So in the last chart, you know, it was red and red, you enter sells, green and green, enter buys. I mean, crap, you could have made a lot of money off of UCAD too. Look at that, man. Easy money. So green and green, you could have made 187 pips there. Another green and green, another 187 pips. So that's 2,000, 4,000. Another one right here, 176 pips. You would have made 2, 4, 6. You made about 6,000 in 2 days, because this is March 17, March 17, March 18. So you would have made a ton of money off that. Same thing here. It's green and green. Another, well, it looks like this one's still active, but if you use the exit strategy, you would have moved your stop loss up here. You would have got halfway, so you probably would have made about 90 pips. So you made 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, nearly 9,000. So you would have made, like, if you traded from 17th, when was the 17th? That was like 3 days ago. So if all you traded was UCAD for 3 days and you're trading a standard lot, I mean, you could have easily stacked up at least 6,000, 7,000 in like 3 days. You know, it's crazy. I mean, it's not crazy, but it's possible, and you guys can see here. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I think, yeah, the main problem is that your spread's too high. Are you using a commission account? Because I know if you're having issues with your account, it might be because you're using a non-commission, and the spread might be a little too wide. So you might have to change that. Like, I recommend a commission. All right. You guys have any other questions?
What's up, Sean?
What's up, Aaron?
Yeah,
Hey,
you know,
How's UC and UJ going on, man? It hasn't even moved. It's because we're in Asia. It's just
Yeah,
like,
so it might pick up during London session. Hopefully.
yeah, these are like the best times to make your entries, because once it hits London,
So
that's when it's time. I'm trying to get into US 30 again.
yeah, it could drop. Looks like.
Oh, the banks are closed. Okay. I haven't even been following it. It's not really moving. Usually it moves pretty decently. Yeah, I mean, just try to make it out again. If you're having issues like live, like when you're actually doing it, go ahead and let me know, and I can hop on a call with you, and then we can run it live, just like see what's going on. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, man, US 30 is just moving way too slow. Oh yeah, sorry, Mo. I saw your question earlier. When you're on the go, you get a signal to use TradingView on your. Yeah, so I'm sure you're familiar with the TradingView app on your phone. It's pretty much the same thing. You just match the colors. So if it matches, I mean, you could even open this tool on the phone. So if it matches, US 30, because US 30 is a little different. Let's go back to it's the same process. So what I would do is I would plot it on my phone, similar to this, use the same tool. I know the auto plotting tool doesn't work as good, so I would just put the stop loss at the previous swing, which could either be here or here. The thing with this is that, so let's go to the actual time. So see, I wouldn't consider this a swing at that time because it just came down from there. The swing would be up here. So I would just, like if you put it on your phone, your chart's probably gonna look different. It's not gonna automatically plot. You're just gonna move the swing up here, and then you just match it with your profit target. So it's 134.1. So 134.1 profit, and then you'd go on whatever broker that you're using. If you're using forex.com, then you'll use the forex.com app. If you're using MT4, then use MT4. You just put in the parameters, profit target, and stop loss. Yeah, but yeah, I do trade on the go. If I'm not at my computer, I generally don't like to, but if I need to, like if I see a really good trade and I'm like, man, I need to take that trade, or if Aaron sends a signal and I check it and it looks really good, then I'll take it on my phone. But most of the time, I like to hold off and only take it when I can actually analyze it, thoroughly on the computer. Because the trades are gonna come and go. Like you don't need to force trades. Like if you're not able to analyze it and make sure that it's 100%, then I would just skip it and then just wait for the next one. Because like all these examples that I showed you, there was a ton of trades that you could have taken, and those were only for two pairs. Like we looked at the trades for AJ, and then we looked at the trades for UCAD, and then now for your USD. Like imagine how many trades are available if you're looking at every single pair. There's so many pairs to choose from. So, I mean, I wouldn't force any trades and I wouldn't rush any trades. But if you see it really good, and if you agree with it and someone else agrees with it and it looks really good and you should take it, then yeah, I would take it on my phone. Let's see. Does anybody else have any other questions? Yeah, no problem, Mo. No problem at all. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do these live trading rooms every day. Now that I got some free time. I mean, this is all I do anyway, so it's no trouble with me. Let's see what we got here. Here, have you seen any other trades? Not really,
Yeah,
huh?
actually, I'm looking right now, but yeah, I don't really see any. Market's moving pretty weird today.
No, it's because it's like late Thursday. It's about to be
Yeah, it might be
out to Friday. Market's gonna slow down.
Euro.
Honestly, I'm probably not even gonna trade tomorrow. I might trade during London though.
I wonder if I'm looking at Euro Swiss. I wonder if it's gonna break that support. So if it breaks that support, it could possibly give off a sell signal. I'm not too sure. Let's
Let's do this. Yeah, you're right. Because if it breaks below, I'll probably get a signal down here. And then
Yeah, Euro has been weak this week. So let's see how London session plays out. There's been a lot of movement around 2 o'clock, around 2 a.m. So let's see
yeah, it's
how
been
today's gonna be.
crazy. Man, if you take this right here, that would have been a huge win.
Exactly. Yeah, hella pips.
Actually, it doesn't really move that much. 30 pips. It looks like a lot of pips, but
That was only 30 pips.
yeah, that was only 30 pips. Hey, but you know what?
Damn.
This pair it costs a lot more.
You said it cost a lot?
Yeah, because it's a euro. It's like euro. They're both European currencies. So
Okay, I see.
so it's like I think it's like 175 or I'm not sure exactly what the conversion is, but it's pretty high. Because I know earlier when we took well, did we say GCAD or was it GCHF?
We took GCAT earlier.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that pair, but that pair was worth a lot too because it moved like 10 pips and I was already up like 100 something, or it was more like way more than that.
Yeah, GCAT costs a lot.
Yeah.
Costs
Oh
a lot.
yeah. A lot of people in the chat were saying that they couldn't enter it because it was too expensive.
Oh, so you said a lot of trades didn't get activated when you put the sell stop?
Yeah.
It was probably too close to the entry, so that's why it entered the second, or it triggered the second time it went down. Past the price. I'm looking at Euro USD right now. I wonder can it swing back down one more time, but it is Friday's tomorrow, so I don't know.
So I'll say thing about me is I keep getting accounts when I build them up. Yeah, I mean the main problem I feel with most people is it's really just risk management. You know, you start making some money and then you start taking a lot of risk and that'll screw you up like horribly. So what I recommend is, just stick with 3% and then just like don't even increase it. Just keep it at 3% pretty much all the time. Because we have hot streaks. Like if you saw our results, we have like I'm gonna see if I can even find. Where's March at? March 1. Yeah, so March week 1. Like this is a hot streak right here, Mo. If you took every signal that we shared, I mean, man, if you made 3% each time, let me do this math. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 3 times 15, you would have grown your account 45% if you took just the trades we took during March 1st. But technically, you probably would have even made more because some of these are worth a lot more. Like if you took our indices trades, like you could have made a ton of money off those, and then you would have lost. You only had 2 losses, so if you you subtract 6, in just 1 week, you would have grown your account 39%. which is crazy because you said you had start with 7,000 times was it 36%, I think? Yeah, so this is how much profit you would have made if you took every trade that we shared March week 1. So 25,020 plus your 7,000. Like honestly, it probably would have been higher than this because every time you win, your percentage worth is going to be higher and higher. So technically, you probably would have made like well over 10,000 just in March week 1. Like you would have flipped your 7,000 to way over 10,000. Just copying our trades. You're not even using strategy. Like if you're using the strategy, you would have had a ton more trades because I mean I'm assuming you're probably located in Europe or London or wherever, like where you can trade London hours, where the volatility is like crazy high and you can take way more trades. And then we could even go down to our results for week 2. Oh, you're in Canada? Okay, well I mean if you wanted to stay up later, actually not. Actually, that'd be like early morning for you. So you probably could have woke up like at 3 or 4, and you could have started trading London hours. I know you guys are 3 hours ahead. Or, I mean, honestly, I don't know what the times are like over there, depending on which side of Canada you're from. But if you traded, last week. Wait, is this last week or is this week? Oh, no, it's last week. We're on totals for March. Yeah, so if you took all of our trades last week, you would have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. So you would have had 22 wins times 3. You would have grew your account 66%, and then you would have lost 1, 2, 3. So 66 minus 9%. So you still would have made. So if you took the wins from March week 1 and then March week 2, you would have made 57% plus I think it was 36% the week before. So you would have, I mean, you would have doubled your account easily because the percentage would have kept going up. So if you did like 70% on a 7,000 times 2, yeah, you would have made. I mean, yeah, you would have made a lot. And then this thing just keeps compounding. It's not going to stay at this. Like your percentage worth is going to be higher and higher. So you probably would have been closer to like maybe 16 or 20,000 in your account size in just 2 years, which is insane. That's an insane growth. And if you keep doing it, like man, if you keep doing that every week, week after week after week, even if it's just a little bit, you just increase the your account just a little bit every week. It doesn't have to be as drastic as this. Like you can easily double, triple, quadruple your account monthly. So like
Exactly. Yep.
It's crazy. Like if you think about it, compounding interest. Like you would have started with 7,000, and then see you doubled your account. That month, not even that month, that week, you would have been at 14,000, and then you doubled it again. 28,000, and then you double it again, 56. So by month 3, you'd probably be at 56,000. You double it again. By month 4, you'd be at 112,000. You double it again. Halfway through the year, you'll double your goal. If you wanted to be at 150,000, you would have been at 224. That's crazy. But I mean, yeah, that's really what it is. You have to stick to a strategy, and don't change anything. If you find a strategy that works properly and that has very high win percentage, then you could easily multiply that account. The problem with a lot of people is that they keep switching from strategy to strategy. Like they don't even master what they were trying to learn in the first place, and then they move on to something else, and then they're like, oh, this strategy doesn't work, move on to something else. And it's just a never-ending cycle, and that's why people keep blowing their accounts. It's like if you find a good strategy, just stick to it and then master it. Like the K2 strategy, I've been using the strategy for years, and it has no problems. So if you want a consistent profitable strategy that actually works, you're more than welcome to use our system. and it's priced decently where like anyone can use it. It's not super overly priced. But I can be charging a lot more for it. Like a lot of people have been asking me, but I want to make it accessible to pretty much everyone. Let's see. All right, if you guys have any other questions, I'm probably gonna get off a little bit. I'm gonna take a break, probably have some dinner. So if anything, I might be back on for London. It's about 3 hours. Otherwise, you guys are more than welcome to hit me up if you guys have any specific questions. I mean, I could get on a one-on-one call with you guys if you guys even want to, because I know some people don't want to ask questions out in public. So if you guys need help with anything, or any more explaining, I'm available. Just gonna see if there's anything else. All right, guys. So I don't have any more questions. If you guys have anything, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, just message me in Telegram, and I can help you guys out. All right. Hope this helped. We'll try to be back in a couple hours. If I am, I'll post the link. And yeah, till then, guys.